All right, who's in for another great week on the Real Kyper and Bourne show? We are live, Sportsnet 360, Sportsnet 590, The Fan in Toronto, and streaming always on Sportsnet Plus. If you missed our show live, you can always catch it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. We got Jake the Snake Schultz. We got Andrew Adams in on this Monday. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, and our very own Sammy McKee.
Derek not present today, maybe getting a fade for the Christmas party tonight?
Seems like that's probably not what he's doing.
Oh, okay.
Just a guess.
Oh, okay.
I will be attending today.
Oh.
I haven't gone the last few years.
Well, there hasn't been
your
one.
bombs for the boys or what?
There
tonight?
hasn't been one?
No.
Maybe that's the reason why.
Yeah. But now there is one, so we're going.
Do we need any coupons or anything to
Yeah,
get
I think
in?
so. I think, well, they might be like, you'd be like,
Can I come with you? Can I hang with you tonight?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Are you gonna smoke a dart with them?
No, I won't.
No.
It's a
But I just want to
I really
hang with you.
I really do struggle drinking on school nights. It's really gotten to the point in my life where I can't really drink.
Just pull a JB. You don't have to drink.
Yeah.
I like to drink, but I don't like to do it.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't like to do it on weekdays. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
There you go.
We'll see how it goes.
Whether or not Leaf fans had a lot to drink this weekend remains to be seen as they split their weekend back-to-back, losing 4-2 to the Capitals on Black Friday after blowing a 2-0 lead, only to come back and let Sammy and his buddies breathe a little easier for Sunday with a 7-2 win against Pittsburgh on Saturday night.
Before we get into it, I wanted to ask you how the Shorzy game was on Friday.
Oh yeah.
Shorzy game was great.
Yeah?
It was great. Those guys are awesome.
Players or guys?
The cast.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
the players.
Are they awesome players or are they awesome guys?
No, they're pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
I've
pretty
heard.
good. We still beat them. And they tried really hard. You know what was amazing is that they're so young
Yeah.
that you can feel that their game is without the red line and ours is with the red line.
Yeah. You
So,
pass it underneath.
They had the Toronto Maple Leaf 40-foot stretch passes,
Yeah.
which were okay early, and then it just bailed on them.
Yeah.
And then they got
just
filled in.
15-footer.
Yeah,
Tick, tick, tick.
4-touch breakouts. I got a little video I wanted to show you.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Don't.
Sports radio shows
Oh, wait on, hold on.
from Toronto, Ontario. Number 32, Nick Kypreos.
Cheer for
Look at me. Look how slow I'm moving.
Oh, yeah. You might hear my, you didn't hear Ali go, woo! But she sent me a lot of videos. It looked like fun. So
That was great. I don't know what we had. Maybe 13,000 people there in
That's
the lower
crazy.
bowl. The lower bowl was completely full.
Ali said that it was
The
a
Leafs can't say
very,
that
it was a
early in
very,
periods.
very pro Sudbury Blue
Yeah.
Dogs.
Oh,
or
no.
Blueberry.
yeah.
And, they were not, they were the predominant fans in the crowd. They were cheering much more
Oh,
for
no.
the.
It was all for the Shorzy team.
Yeah.
That's fabulous. Glad you had a good time.
It was great. And the game was over. I'm in the shower. I'm one of the last guys to leave
Naturally.
the dressing room.
Yeah.
And I walk out the building, or I'm slowly walking out. There's 4 or 5 of them on the ice still signing autographs for the fans.
Really?
Yeah.
The Shorzy guys.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yes.
them. What a
And they,
crew.
and people hung around, and, yeah, very impressive.
But you would think the Terry Ryan interview we did was with Terry Fox.
Yeah.
People thought it was so cool.
They loved it.
It was unbelievable.
Ali was blown away by his skate. She's like, he's flying
Yeah,
around.
he was
out there.
flying.
He was
Like,
flying.
His energy is off the charts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I hung
did
out
you
with
not
Terry
notice?
after the game a little bit with his Greek buddy George,
Oh, yeah?
who's like legendary ball hockey coach for Canada.
I saw in Terry's Twitter bio, he's a Hall of Fame ball hockey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, there's a Hall of Fame
No.
for ball hockey. That's cool.
My new Greek buddy George maybe saved him with that.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't have much going at that point.
Yeah.
And he
Hold him out of the
participated
fire.
in it, and it created a little energy for him. And
That's
now he's a
fascinating.
superstar, an international superstar, Terry
Fascinating.
Ryan.
Fascinating.
So it
he
was
sends,
awesome.
He sends me voice notes, which is,
Terry Ryan?
which
Highlight.
I think a lot of
Save
people
him.
will be pretty jealous of.
Yeah.
So when we walked in the room, we had to be there around 5:30.
Yeah.
And first thing I did was get them to switch the monitors over to the Leaf game because
yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't have the Leaf game.
Yeah.
So I didn't catch a ton of Friday night. but enough to see a 2-0 lead. And I think everybody feeling pretty good that they were going to go win what many thought was unwinnable game. I know it didn't end up that way, but
as a man who poured over every minute of it,
yes,
I would say that they were never in it.
no,
No.
Okay.
Like it was Washington is a good hockey team and had, like we talked about on Friday, one of the best 5-on-5 teams in the league, and they sure look like it.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know if the Leafs got to 20 shots. That was a pretty tough. It was a scheduled loss. We all knew that. We talked about that a little bit, but just the way it ended up looking and how that one was discouraging, and then they win on Saturday night. So it's an interesting weekend to talk about. I'm not sure exactly what to take away from it.
I'll just say the strange thing on the Friday night game was the takeaway from the coach, his post-game comments. And, he was basically like, yeah, we just didn't bury our chances. We just didn't put our breakaways away.
Yeah.
And by and large, I think the consensus of everyone watching the game was like, well, you got heavily outplayed for the hockey game. That should be more of a concern than missing a few chances.
All right, let's get one of those post-game comments with Craig Berube Friday night. His overview of the Washington Capital game on Friday.
Well, I don't know if they got away from us. I thought if you look at, scoring chances, we outchanced them that period. But, in D zone a couple times they had, in the one goal there, we just didn't seal up we got stick lifted first of all, and then they made a play off the wall to Ovi. We got to have that back door sealed up, and then, they got roaming around on that next goal, and we again a seam pass got us again. So just a couple seam passes there that we got to be better on, and we got to have better sticks and better coverage. And we got to finish. We had opportunities to finish on some plays, but we had 3 breakaways, and we got to finish. We didn't finish.
Maybe he's just trying to downplay it from the coaching perspective, but I watched the game. It got away in a significant way. Washington was the better team for most of the night, but in the third period specifically, they got away.
Under 7 minutes, at the very least, you got to find a way to get a point.
Absolutely.
Come on.
No, I totally agree. At this point of the season, you need to find a way, and they could not hold on.
It kills me, though, that Morgan Rielly is involved in any of these plays. He's the veteran guy.
He was talking about the seam pass, the back door.
Yeah.
That was totally on him.
And that kills me. It's like, you're the guy, you've been through all the battles with this team. You know how desperate this team is, where they're at in the season. Yeah. You're supposed to be a leader at this point and step it up. There's a stat, I think, in The Athletic today that Riley's been on for 19 high-danger high-danger goals against this year at 5-on-5. Next highest among Leafs D is 9. So 10 more than the next, it's like,
that tracks.
It tracks, and it's really scary because it's like Tanev's out, Carlo's out. Who are you supposed to put in the ice if you can't trust Rielly? So that's a concern for me.
I would say he's probably playing more than he has.
And in spots he wouldn't.
Yeah,
probably.
so that he's probably on the ice more than a lot of those guys, which would maybe skew that a little bit. But, it's where there's smoke, there's certainly fire.
This weekend, Morgan Rielly became the 3rd defenseman in Leaf history to record 100 multi-point games. Tony Salmi and Thomas Caberlet. There's no question where he knows where he believes he can contribute the most to the hockey club, and that's
that matters.
Up the ice.
Yeah,
up the ice. So when he is in the defensive zone, is he just figuring out ways to jump up the ice or get up ice? Is he just not focused enough?
I don't know. He's never been like a stalwart back there or anything. You just
listen. He makes $7.5 million. At some point, someone thought he was better than that defensively.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't know. Like, look at this one. He doesn't think there's no rush going the other way. That's not what's happening there. Some of these times he's just not physically engaged enough. Find your guy. Get under his stick.
Puck watching.
Well, it's so fast out there, but God, that's a tough visual.
Yeah, it's
a
fast.
tough.
It's a nice play.
It's fast game, but God, you're guarding the ghost runner on second there. Jeez. Anyways.
Yeah. But they come back the next night.
They do. Just thoughts on on Joseph Wall playing that game. We had thought maybe it would switch. At the end of the day, it kind of ended up the way we thought it was going to end up.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah, except taxing your guy. And, I've been vocal of just playing him as much as you possibly can, but that's a game that it's easy in hindsight, but we said it before too, that it's a game that you think you might lose anyway. So maybe put the backup there. And he was great on Saturday, so maybe he gives you a different look, different feel. But yeah, I thought he was really good again. I mean, I don't know which one of the goals he's supposed to have.
Yeah,
like, it's tap-ins and a hammer job by Chikrin. Like, what do you want? It's not his fault.
Looked fine. Not going to fault him. No.
Yeah.
All right. So we move on to Pittsburgh Saturday night in a game that probably nobody expected as far as the score was concerned.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the thing I tweeted. You actually retweeted it, so you did. But the Leafs were the only team in the league who hadn't scored first and then just held the lead to the end of the game. Hadn't happened a single time all year long.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is unbelievable. So really nice. It was just really refreshing knowing we come in and do this, to watch them go out and just keep the foot on the gas pedal, finish, get depth scoring from everyone. It wasn't like,
The underachiever line lit it up.
everyone who you're like, could we get more from you?
Yeah.
They all scored, or at least contributed points. So very refreshing.
Matthews shot one in past the goalie.
Yes. All these things that you were like, oh, that's right. That's what it's supposed to look like.
All right, let's go to the head coach on his views of the game after Saturday night.
Well, I think what it does, like we talk about the confidence level, there was a lot of secondary scoring tonight, which is good for our team. We need that. And it's not just on three guys or whatever that have been putting points up. So it's good that we get the secondary scoring. I really liked our D tonight. I thought they were very good. They moved the puck well. They defended well. We protected our net pretty well. If they got shots, a lot of them were from, angles and outside, which is good. We protected the interior of the ice tonight. It's confidence. They're going to feel good about themselves, and that's good. And we just got to build off it, and we got to keep getting better. Though we can't, there's things that we can do better, and we got to keep working on it. It's all part of it. But I like the way we moved the puck tonight better. We possessed the puck more tonight, which is good.
That's the fastest I've ever heard Craig Berube talk. It was like it was on 1.5 speed.
He's just excited to
energy,
get his next thought out.
It's like Keefe all of a sudden.
Yeah, and he knew that he couldn't stumble on his words and say something bad about someone because everyone played good, so he just let it go.
He didn't need the pause to say, am I going to regret this next word?
Well, no, he just spoke. That was really nice to hear. Yeah, depth scoring, the thing he goes, I really liked our D tonight. Troy Stecher leads the team with 24 minutes of ice time. 23:52.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
I don't know what that is. How does that even happen?
Yeah. OEL goes out in the third. Yeah.
How does Stecher be the guy who plays 24?
Because
You're up and you're like, go out there, kid.
They're looking to
Not kid, but
have a guy that moves the puck up and down the ice and skates.
And he can skate.
He can skate.
And he had some pace.
And Myers was in the lineup.
yeah.
So less of that. And
Yes, you don't need Rielly to go get you one. I think Stecher is, you're going to hate this, weirdly important all of a sudden.
I think we all should hate it.
There's not.
I think we should all hate that.
You're going to hate
There's
this,
not one guy
everyone.
that's not important right now to the Toronto Maple Leafs with whatever that they can contribute, or it's that point now. I don't know in a perfect world when they're all healthy. I don't know. I don't know how many minutes he can take, but
Not 24.
It's not supposed to work this way, right?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to just find a guy in the first 20 games and then say, "Oh, and while you're at it, can you be really important for us right now?"
No,
It's okay. I mean, they found a way Saturday night. I'm not sure that the score was really indicative of the play.
It wasn't.
And let's, talk about the goaltending that they got with. I appreciate Max's couple nice dishes for sure, which is great for him, great for confidence. Dakota Joshua, noticeable, big, got on the score sheet, third line presence. But Hildeby was their best player Saturday night for me.
Yeah.
He was good.
Yeah, he was good.
He was good.
He was good. And they had quality chances.
He was good early to kind of keep him in the game when it was a quiet start.
7-2, no world you get outshot at 7-2.
Yeah,
really. It just doesn't.
Pittsburgh goaltending.
It's not supposed to work that way. You're not supposed to need your goalie to stop 33 at 35.
Part of that, though, is, you're up in a game. You get the push from Pittsburgh, who outshoots them.
Outshot mostly all season long.
I know, but I'm talking about that
Well,
game.
for
They get
2
outshot
years, it's been
15-7 in the third period. If the score is 2-2, I don't know it's the same thing. I thought overall that's as good as the Leafs can make it look right now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so let me ask you about Hildeby.
Yeah.
Because, I think I've been pretty vocal on just starting Wall in every game. But having seen him play like that on Saturday night, I would say that he has earned another start and potentially, because they're going to Florida tomorrow night, right? And you're not going to start him in that game, clearly. That's old Joseph Wall night. But you finish the game, they finished this road trip with Carolina
on Thursday.
I mean, it's a merit-based thing, and for me, I don't know about you guys, but I thought he was excellent.
Yeah.
I'm giving him that game.
You know why I'm fine with that? Because you come back and you play Montreal at home on Saturday night, and you're going to watch Joseph Wall in that game. So rather than keep the pedal on Wall, and you're going to have to pace him a bit.
What I think the coach will do, probably Wall. Yeah. But I do think that Hildeby was good enough to earn another.
Yeah, I'd be nervous to play Joseph Wall Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. But I don't know what it looks like tomorrow night against Florida, which is a depleted lineup. They are right there with the Leafs. They're there. Yeah. And it's a winnable game.
We got 2 Hildeby quotes from Berube. Why don't we start with clip 7 and then we'll branch out.
No, the goalie was great. I thought he made a lot of good big saves for us, and he really looked calm in net. Not playing for a while, he looked really calm in net, and played the puck well. If he didn't have an out, he ripped it around a wall. He was good. He was solid and did a real good job in net for us tonight.
Did you see the state-controlled media after the little thing they did with him going into the room? He got the belt after.
Yeah.
There's nothing that guys live on a team than not a huge contributor contributing a lot. Yeah. And he got the belt, and they're all just yelling, beast, 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 like the Hildeby.
No, he was good. He showed poise. Good. I don't think he got overly excited at times. He didn't seem out of his element, which we saw earlier in games out of him. Mm-hmm. I saw a nice comfort zone.
All right, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you really trust him? Do you trust him?
I would say I trust him more now than the start of the season. You?
I think to your point where he's earned another look and another building block, if you want to call it, start. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And at the end of the day, what choice do you have? You're not gonna put all the weight in the world on Joseph Wall, and Stolarz is nowhere to be found.
Yeah, they need this guy to play.
Nowhere.
He was fantastic. He was fantastic on Saturday night. I liked him. Yeah. And, he's been better than Caden Primo ever was as a Maple Leaf.
It's 7'5", maybe 7'6", if he's not on his game.
I just don't know.
It's close. It's closer than 7'2", I can assure you.
There was a moment in the game when Sid scores on the backhand, and the next shift, Evgeny Malkin has what looks like a tap-in backdoor, and he makes this big save. I'm sure Chiefs...
Yes.
His life flashed before his eyes there. So he was good. But
I think they should play him Thursday as well. Yeah. You've talked me into that. But I do think not to get ahead of ourselves too much on Hildeby,
All right. Let's get Craig Berube's thoughts on earning more starts.
Clip 7. 8.
Well, we'll see where our goaltending situation is, but for sure. I mean, that's, he's a young guy, but he's grown in a year for me a lot, even coming into camp this year, I thought he had a real good camp and got a good future ahead of him.
That's nice.
How many games did Caden Primo play for the Leafs?
3?
Yeah.
They 4, maybe 3 or 4.
They won a few of them, right? They didn't waste a ton of points.
I think he went 2 or 3.
Yeah, so it's not like you're going to look back on that and be like, oh, it's such a bad decision. They didn't, waste points.
He played 3 games, got 2 wins.
Whatever.
Was a
4 points.
Yeah.
4.30 goals against average and an .838 save percentage.
Yeah, okay. So it's not much of a point to look back on that.
No. Dak Josh.
Oh, yeah.
Dakota Joshua comes out, plows Matt Dumba, scores a great goal, draws a penalty. Mm-hmm. Looks like he did things. If he'd done any one of those things in the game, I'd be like, ooh.
Yeah.
And they're all there.
He did on occasion do that in Vancouver to earn a $3.2 million contract.
Get it
for
for a
years.
year on a good line.
Like, it's been there before.
Yep.
But they did get rid of him because he just didn't do it often enough. So that's his issue. It's not that he can't do it. It's he just picks and chooses his spots to do it.
You know, part of it since, you know, he had testicular cancer, right? And he had the DA did that feature with him before the game, which was great. I think a lot of people thought since that coming back, he struggled, had a bad year in Vancouver. And I think maybe there's some questions. And was there some lingering effect? Is this, but you know,
That could all be fair.
you
for
know,
sure.
I'm just wondering, is there a world where he's in shape and his confidence is back and he finds the form that earned him that money in the first place?
I don't think they have any other choice but just to keep hoping that that's the case.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing else out there right now for an option.
My boy Gunner and I talked about this on Leafs Talk on Saturday night, but how frustrating must be as a coach to like have to scratch a guy that makes however much he makes and then see him play like that. You're like, where was that?
Why do I have to do that?
Where was that game?
But the Leafs kind of have a lot of those guys.
I know, but
you know,
like
that's McMahon, Domi's in and
yeah,
out
but
like that. Like,
McMahon's not an established NHLer that's gotten the long-term contract, and I guess Domi is like that, so maybe it's a little more frustrating. Maybe Michelli's in that same boat. I don't put McMahon necessarily in there, but like watching him play on Saturday night, I know I was frustrated by it.
but McMahon, for me, it's in there when you look at the tools he has, and you're like, why can't you use those that way every night? Always be hard on the forecheck. Always lean on guys.
And he'd make $6 million.
I don't know about that. But, you know, I look at around this time last year, and I'll compare Joshua to Max Pacioretty and what Max was able to do right around this time of year.
He was unreal last year.
Unreal. Like, it was a good hit on Dumba, okay? It was a good hit. But those type of hits have to kind of work with you as well, where, you know, Dumba or anyone else has got to be kind of in the trolley tracks, as they say, and it's got to –
He skated right into it.
The stars got to align. I remember Max Pacioretty crushing guys in the corner where guys aren't in the trolley tracks. Yeah. They are just there, and he's punishing guys where it's like they're rattled. And he doesn't do that for me. Mm-hmm. And he didn't do it Saturday night either. I look at Max Pacioretty right now, and like they don't have that. They don't have a guy that can punish people on hits. I was blown away by Max Pacioretty's involvement, and Max Pacioretty, I know he faded.
How many games did he ended up like? I think it was 35.
I know
he was still playing.
And we
this time
talked
last
about
year.
this. The guy ain't lasting all season long. He ain't doing it in March, and there's going to be nothing left of him to do it in April and May. I get that. But up until this point, like Max Pacioretty last year was a major contributor why the Leafs record at this time last year was something like 15-7 and sitting atop, you know, the big boys in the Atlantic Division.
Yep.
Now they're a 500 team, and you're begging Dakota to please do it again tomorrow night.
So you saying you want? I mean, I don't think he's ever been that.
Yeah.
But you're talking about there. So do you want someone else to get traded here?
No, I'm just saying that you know, just be careful of your expectations from here on in for Dakota Joshua. That's
no, but
all.
I think it's reasonable to be like, this guy can play like this, and when he doesn't, every so often, I think he's at risk of being a scratch. You know, if this is going to be, by the way, I always felt it very frustrating when you get scratched and you come back in and play well, because you're validating to the coach that you're someone who can be scratched.
Didn't they have this conversation, Jennifer Botterill and Kevin Bieksa Saturday night over out of the lineup or keep him in the lineup and build his confidence?
I was watching Olympic curling trials.
I didn't catch the conversation, but I heard that was a conversation.
Yeah, it was.
And do you want to explain that to your position on it?
Oh, gosh. bench all day long, healthy scratch. Sorry.
Yeah.
But, there's a feeling of whether or not if he has another bad game, do you pull him out or do you try to instill confidence? And I think that was Jennifer's point.
I think the Leafs they have the luxury of being like, play well or don't play. That's the Yarncroc. Yarncroc is a great NHL player. We'll put him in. We'll put in Matthias Michelli.
He's a passable NHL player. He's average. Potentially. No, just not great.
You're defeating the point.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
You're making a point that's not arguing anything.
Yeah, I don't think like Yarncroc. Like I'd rather have Michelli in the lineup than like Yarncroc at this point because they need. I don't know.
He's also scratch, and he could also serve the purpose we're talking about here.
Yeah,
there's players who can go in if someone comes out,
for sure.
Which is the point.
Sure. Where do you guys want to go? Willie, OEL?
I got nothing on Willie. Got lots on OEL.
Yeah, is it still a hot button topic a little bit
Well,
for you?
What, Willie?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was.
What's the button?
I didn't think it was.
I don't know whether or not he's playing well or Berube's too hard on him or.
I didn't think it was interesting until I heard this answer today.
All right, let's hear
Clip
Craig
14.
Berube on Willie Nylander's game.
Clip 14.
It's tricky. I mean, no, it's a good relationship. I always say that. I never know what I'm going to get from Willie, Keeps me on my toes about things. But, no, I think our relationship is good. I mean, we obviously, have our opinions about things and certain things. But for the most part, I think we communicate really well together. And, like I said, he communicates with me or vice versa. And so he's, for me personally, it's I really enjoyed the challenge of coaching him.
Can he take criticism better than the average?
Takes it really well. Yeah. Yeah, he does. I mean, there's different guys I've had over the years that they could take it better than others. And he's very good at it.
Tricky.
I will say the source of the criticism matters greatly. And when you care a great deal about the source, it affects you in a big way. For example, if someone online who I don't know says I'm terrible or something, okay, whatever. If it's my wife and she says I'm terrible, it bothers me. That Willie takes criticism so well from Craig, I hope he respects Craig a lot and it matters to him and impacts him. You don't want it all to roll off his back and him just be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
All right, pal.
I think that's what we liked. I mean, well, maybe he didn't like it as much, but like the fact that he's on the ice yelling back at him feels like maybe he's not taking it perfectly, but he's giving his input and he's willing to push back.
He's still
at the
engaged,
coach.
yeah.
But
There is a sense, though, that even in my era, that there's just certain amount of players that just know that you may need me more than I need you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a little bit on Willie.
That's interesting.
Right? And it's like certain star players have that ability to sometimes answer back a little bit more forceful than anyone else on the team, or even look at you cross-eyed sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Willie's got that with Craig, and Craig pretty much said it without saying it just moments ago.
Yeah.
Right? I need him. I'm screwed without him. Hey, he's the guy that can look horrible for 60 minutes, unengaged, uninterested, and still end up with a goal and an assist to help you win the game.
Can I? Oh,
I just think the history of coaching, this is what it is, right? It's like you have some elite players who you need to get the most out of, whether they like you or not. You have some guys who, need more kicks in the pants.
But those typical guys are not your best player on your team.
See, here's the thing. I feel like you want this to be more of a thing than it is. I feel like the two of them are continuing to coexist, and it's going well, and Willie's same as he's always been. Is he different than last year to you or the year before?
No. Well, he is, because he kind of could hide a little bit behind Matthews and Marner in their prime, right? And now that's gone, and there's more attention to you now.
Now he's the best player on the team.
Now he's the best player on the team. Now your teammates are watching you that much more closely. Mm-hmm. Can you still get away with the things that you did in the past?
Yep.
Or are you being watched and scrutinized a lot closer? You're not
Yeah.
even getting this. You're getting tougher matchups too, right? You're not. It's not like Matthews and Marner seeing the best defense pair or the number one line.
Mm-hmm.
So that's added a little bit, on it as well.
Yeah, that's an on-ice thing for sure. I think there is some validity to maybe he's getting more attention. That's why it feels like we're talking about him more.
Yeah.
I do feel like he's someone who he's built for this. The flood of Willie's this, Willie's that. He's like a guy who he just keeps giving you the same thing. You're getting the same thing.
Which is okay when you're in the top 3 in the Atlantic Division, but not in the bottom 3 of the Atlantic Division. Then it's a different kind of feel.
Then you want him to be someone he's not, and then it's
he willing to pass to Cowan. I've noticed in the past few games.
Yeah,
that's nice.
That is encouraging.
Like that's the thing, right?
Cowan was not expecting to get that one back.
Talented.
But-
He's so good.
But star players have looked off guys a lot, and for him to be willing to pass that puck off to Cowan, I know he's wide open.
See that as a personal endorsement
I
of
do.
Cowan, yeah.
Is that crazy?
No, I don't think it's crazy. If he trusts he can put that in rather than
yeah.
There was another play right before that goal where I think they're on a 2-on-1, or there was a play where he was coming in and he tried to pass it to Cowan in a different spot. Like he's willing to pass it to him. That tells me a lot. I don't know. Maybe that's stupid. They're on the ice together, but it just
No,
feels.
I don't think Willie was ever buried his head shooter kind of guy.
Maybe not. It just, just the fact that he's willing to defer to an 18-year-old kid gives me hope about that 18-year-old
Well,
kid.
the Cowan thing is certainly, I know it's 4:30 here, but
do it.
Okay, Cowan he's already, we talked about it, I think on Friday, but like the step he's taken is huge step in terms of like they have another guy now who, I don't know what he played last game, but I'm sure it's over 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think 17.
18:44.
Yeah.
On Saturday.
Oh no, it's not the best design, right?
No, I mean they're last.
You really hope that
Where did he finish? Last place?
he would be like, your fifth most important player, your sixth, and you can kind of bring him slowly. But because there's been a lack of success, consistent success, either from, your second, third, or fourth lines, it's really left him an amazing opportunity to become this more important player.
Well,
like
and
the door was wide open for a guy of his skills, of his. Yeah. We are talking one of the most successful junior hockey players in history to come out of, CHL.
Yeah,
and the window's been open for him.
We talked preseason about Lorentz, Lawton, and Cowan being a viable fourth line. There's no doubt he's
too skilled.
So I mean, he's a
not,
top
he's
six
not,
talent.
He's his vision, his engine, his energy, his skill level, his ability to get open, like it's way beyond your 8th to 12th forward.
Yeah,
I mean, we're only I guess we're in December now, and I guess that's why there's Christmas stuff. So, but I thought at this point, maybe this isn't when the wall starts, but like the fact that he's getting better at this point is surprising to me. Like this is where it's like they're playing him however many nights. Like I thought he would be kind of slowing down a little bit.
I had him making the team last July.
No, but like
right?
I thought
he's a top player.
For sure, I agree with that, Kyper, and I'm really impressed with how he's looked. Like I just think they're asking a lot of him, and for him to be answering these questions at this age,
yeah,
it's like, I mean, they're like you said, they're in second last, so maybe there's something to that. But like, I don't want to be too grim here, but like I'm kind of thinking about the next part of this thing here.
As a rookie, again, it's learning the pro game and managing your emotions, and things start to wear off a little bit.
But I'm saying
he's gonna hit that rut again where he may not look as engaged as you do now, but you can't turn around and say, well, in at the end of November, you were like a really, really important player, and we need you to be a really, really important player again. You got to remember, he's still like 6 months ago, he was playing junior A hockey.
Yeah.
I think it's, you kind of got to walk a line with this guy. Like, are you allowed to put some pressure on him to play well, or is it just a developmental year where,
Well, they have no choice but to put as much heat as they can on him without him breaking. Like you're backpedaling right now to save your season, right? You're just, it's like whatever it takes. And he's an important player now. So I think Berube's got that touch where, we've been witness of it now for a little while. He's kind of saying the right things, at least to make the guys feel good.
For sure.
Not other than Willie, we haven't seen him really bury anybody.
But you don't know with prospects, and he's been one of the top prospects. He had a great junior career, obviously one of the best junior seasons ever. But just for me to have him look like he's going to be a really good NHLer gives me hope about, like I said,
Totally.
Past this, we're starting to think about what might be next here a little bit, and that he is an actual piece, that a guy that can play in your top six and is an engine and offensive. And I'm encouraged. I'm surprised.
Yeah, and the other thing I'll say is, like, when Nick Robertson joined the Leafs, he played in that Columbus series. And
when he was 12 years old?
Yeah, a million years ago. People like myself were saying he has to have a B game. He has to have a game when he doesn't have the puck, when he's not scoring. What can he bring? Cowan has it.
Totally.
Like, he works and back checks and makes plays, and we're good. He
Hockey sense.
There's no pressure on his offense because he can contribute when he's not getting offense.
Okay, we got a break.
Oh, yeah, do we do?
Right through the third base stop sign, Sammy.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a quick break. When we return, a little bit more on the Leafs injury front. Tough news on the blue line. We'll explain when we return to Real Kyper and Bourne. Right back at you. The Real Kyper and Bourne Show, Leaf Hour edition. All right, Sammy. Who wants to win a bunch of cash?
You going to do it?
No.
Okay. Who wants to win a bunch of cash will do the best thing this holiday season. Sportsnet 590 The Fan is all in supporting the 50-50 Fortune for Sick Kids. It's a 50-50, so the more money we raise, the more kids we can help, and the more holiday cash you can win. The current take-home prize is a guaranteed $198,000, boys. Buy your tickets at 5050fortune.ca or text the word money to 590-590 and we'll send you a link right to your phone. 18 plus, please play responsibly. Standard message and data rates may apply. Lottery license RAF 1518410.
I could never do that as well as you just did.
Listen, I'm learning to read.
He's come a long way
Yes,
over the years.
I've
as
learned
a
to read.
Reading machine.
I've learned to read. Good.
What do you read on the blue line these days for the Toronto Maple Leafs? Because from one game to a next, it rarely looks the same. And, of course, the injury bug has hit them like it has a lot of other teams as well. I'm not sure how much this has played into where they are today, because there's other teams, including the Tampa Bay Lightning, where you can barely recognize their blue line as well. But what's the latest right now on Carlo?
So if I'm not mistaken, last week, I believe Berube said that he was going to practice potentially today and on track for maybe returning Tuesday night against Florida. They had mentioned that. And then this was the update today on Carlo. Clip 13, please, Andrew.
Carlo had to go back to Toronto and getting looked at by the doctor again.
Was that a plan thing or was it a setback kind of thing?
More of a setback, I would say, where he's at. So he'll get, we'll know something probably in the next 24 hours on him.
Do the Leafs lead the league in setbacks?
In mysteries? Yes.
Well, I was just going to say, so he hurt his blank and
At a
now
blank time.
right, which is now blankened. And, it's like, I don't know.
Oh,
He's having a blank back.
Not that we need to know, I guess. He's just unavailable, but it's just like, I don't know how to talk about this.
for blank sakes. When does this stop?
Never. Well, I mean, just on, I guess, Wednesday, they asked about Willie, and they assured Willie's playing. He came to the rink, played, looks great, and then he doesn't play Thursday. Like, they said after the game that Ulrich and Larson didn't look that serious. I was like, oh my God, he's out for the year.
Is it something mechanical, or could it just be the way he feels, i.e., his head?
For Carlo.
And
sure.
I'm just guessing and speculating, but we're allowed to do that.
We were talking before the show, and I said, name the things that can surprisingly get worse.
Groin?
Yeah, groin was definitely one.
Back?
But where? I don't even get groin. I don't get
Well, but
groin.
groin is something that if
Okay?
you
You
move too soon, you can exacerbate a problem.
But you're leaving ample time for it to heal, and you gradually work back up. You don't go out there and go Mach 3 and then pull it again. Very seldom have I seen over my career a guy with a pulled groin, unless he's rushed back, unless he's coming back way too early, which shouldn't be this case.
Well,
It shouldn't be.
shouldn't be. Is it? I don't know. I literally don't know. But
Why would you go out there and practice and re-injure your groin to the point where now you have to go back and get it reassessed?
So almost certainly not that is your point.
Almost certainly not that. Like
Back?
you can tweak your groin and they can still do therapy on you. There's no magic thing that you have to
Back
come
in
home
Toronto,
in Toronto that you couldn't do while you're still with the team.
Dr. Groin.
Ultrasounds, right?
Not a cool name to have, by the way.
Dr. Groin.
You know, I mean, so I don't buy the groin thing.
All right. Then I think you're probably on.
Dr. Groin. Sounds
Not a
like a
good handle.
scob hand.
I don't know. I don't know. But like setback,
Yeah.
right? It's like misdiagnosed, worse than you thought. Like,
Back injury? Spasms?
listen, it could be anything.
Him
I'm
and
just-
Stolars
right?
sleepwalking into one another in
Could
the
be
night.
anything. But, you know, I don't know. They had your buddies there, this sports scientist that went to
Yep.
Pittsburgh. Like,
Bring
there
him
was
back.
this,
Bring him back.
when there was this,
Bring back Rich
when there
Rosenberg.
was a departments full of like 150 people, like, do you ever recall hearing setbacks in the last 10 years or 12 years?
I
or-
honestly don't.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean,
ever hearing
outside of a guy
setback.
coming back and playing and getting hurt again or something, but no, I don't. It's bizarre.
The Leafs have had pretty good injury health with their forwards over this era.
Their core guys in particular.
For sure. But their D-core has definitely been banged up at times throughout this era. Like, I remember when Tyson Barrie was one of the only healthy guys in their D-core, bunch of AHL guys. Like, Rielly has missed time on their D-core. Like, Tanev, clearly. McCabe's been out. They've been able to kind of paper over this, but certainly feels different this year. And Carlo, I mean, there's just no timelines. We'll know more tomorrow. We won't.
No.
We won't.
We definitely won't.
It'll be some time.
But they
He'll miss some
are
time.
going to play Stetcher alongside McCabe. And when they do that, McCabe can play the left side. And if you followed his results this year, he's been much better when he gets to play the left side.
And that's another appeal of Stetcher. He shoots right.
Yeah. Well, that was all the coach said about him when they picked him off waivers. They're like, yeah, Stetcher's in. He's like, yeah, he shoots right.
Let's play clip 12, please, Andrew, on McCabe and Stetcher playing together.
Well, I do like McCabe on the left, and you know that they look. Kaber, he was a lot better on the left that game, and not that he hasn't done a good job on the right, but I'd rather him on the left as much as possible, and him and Stetch were good together the other night. So obviously Benny's back, so we'll have to get that sorted out.
Playing on your offside in the National Hockey League must just suck so much.
Tell you, like, you've seen the hashtag, but the Babs was right about Mike Babcock.
Yes.
Babcock was validated in like pretty much everything
lot
he
of-
said about this group.
a lot of things.
Yeah,
Correct.
And the handedness thing in particular, because there's no doubt McCabe's better on the left side.
But you're going
OEL as well.
you're going back on a puck and you're on your backhand with somebody bearing down on you as opposed to going on with your forehand. Like, it's
Yeah.
just such a
I
it's a
loved
different
it when they
sport.
were facing the glass.
Yeah.
I know. You're
Yes.
like, oh.
Oh,
Here we go. Ask gals how that
Just
went.
kept-
Pace.
loved seeing their numbers.
How gal-
Ideally, like
All
to
leave
hit
that-
right
leave that
between
hit out of
them.
it. Leave that hit out of it, please, Sammy.
Yeah, good.
That's
But, yeah,
Rantanen's line of thinking. too.
There's definitely something to that, and that's another reason why Stetcher's made himself very valuable, because he can not only help himself, but he can help McCabe right now.
Yeah.
So is that why? I mean, this is a classic Toronto Sports Radio to live and die with the 6th and 7th defenseman and the 4th line center. But is that why Mermis is out for Myers?
Yeah.
Because it's like,
Yeah, he shoots the wrong way.
I disagree with that decision, but it's not the hill to die on.
You've liked Mermis.
I have liked Mermis.
Yeah.
I think he brings like at least an element. He's better than Myers.
He's tough.
He's just better than Myers.
He cares. He works defensively. He does those things where it's like we don't we know what your priorities are, and it's just doing the right little things. And that's Myers.
Yep.
Myers has more. He can do more things.
All right. We're gonna tee up the game tomorrow. Obviously, big one, Florida and Toronto. Do we want to do this Marchand
Well,
clip
let's just
today?
do it because I like you to suffer.
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah.
So Marchand obviously was meeting with the media today in Florida ahead of the game tomorrow. His Super Bowl when the Leafs come to town, so he gets to talk. Clip one, Marchand.
I mean, what are we, 25 games in? If you think that your playoff dreams are done, 25 games in, you got bigger problems. I know they don't think that in the room. It's just obviously with the media attention and the fan support that they have in Toronto, things get blown way out of proportion up there. But yeah, they definitely don't think that in the room. What are they, 4 points out of the playoff spot? Or if people are thinking they're out of playoff spot for the season, they got to find a new job.
You hear that, Kip? You got to find a new job.
This is actually my resume.
Hey.
I am.
He should worry about people thinking that way about his own team right now.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, they stink.
They stink.
Well,
They are-
half their team stinks.
I know. I
They
know.
still, much like the
but
Leafs, they
they're-
still have
they're-
good players.
They're not hanging in there right now.
I mean, they have Marchand, they have Reinhart still, they have
Yeah.
Hagee still,
Oh,
they
no,
have
they're
Sam Bennett
dangerous.
still. But
Lundell, Luosterainen.
they still have their play. They still have good players.
Yeah, they just cannot.
They've also won
Forsling,
They
Ekblad,
back-to-back
can't get any
Jones.
traction right now.
They've also won back-to-back cups.
Yeah.
And there's a sense to that right now that they just can't emotionally get themselves where they need to be right now.
-2 goal differential for the Panthers. Tied in points, but the Leafs have played one more game.
Like this is
12, 11,
a
and 1.
very winnable game. For
I'd actually
Toronto.
say this is a big game, even come end of season standings.
Yeah.
It's just Brad Marchand.
Well, you know what he's doing. He's
Just
he's
standing
just
ovation
It's
to
up
him.
fail.
yeah, exactly. He's
It-
putting him up on a tee.
He's so good at this.
He does it every time they play the Leafs. They're just I love watching.
The
that guy.
best
He's
one
best
was
player,
the best.
Marner one.
No, the best one was the America one. When they were at the Four Nations, he's like, "Listen, like that's the best team ever assembled.
That's right.
It's all the R's Hall of Famers are the
Yeah.
best team to ever
What
be on
chance do
ice.
we
We have
have?
no chance."
But this is a
Sid
game.
McCannon and McDavid down the middle.
Like this is one of those games where we're gonna know after tomorrow night what direction our conversations will go the rest of the week.
Think so?
Oh, it'll set it back. It'll set it back, or we'll move ahead. And like Leafs cannot win one, lose one from here on in. It doesn't work.
They got to get in a roll.
I had them
they
at
need
2-2
a
in this
stretch.
road trip, and then they got a 4-game homestand.
They got
After that-
Carolina on Thursday,
Yeah.
Habs, Lightning,
and then Habs and Lightning Saturday, Monday.
and then they got 5 home games.
Like they need
Sharkies.
to start winning
Habs, Blackhawks.
2 out of 3 games.
Yeah.
Win
They-
one, lose one is no good.
No, but I do. These are challenging games against good teams that have had historic success in their building. I think you come out of here 12-12, 12-12-1, go home and turn the dial up, man.
Let's just say it right now. Joseph Walls has to be like
really good.
Columbus good tomorrow night.
He's got to do that every night. They get filled in most of the nights. They have to have him be good.
Leafs have an interesting schedule pre-Christmas. They do see the Lightning and the Oilers, Capitals again, Dallas on the 21st. Some tough games. in there.
Interesting is one word for it.
Yeah, interesting's not ideal.
Terrifying is another word for it.
But there's some winnable games in there too. So,
Yeah.
and fortunately, Kip and I will be working every single one.
We got a lot of games, me and you, in December.
Yeah.
Do we not?
We do.
When's our first one? 17th?
My wife's in charge of the
What's
calendar.
wrong with
I
you?
don't.
Just
I wake up and she tells me where to go.
No, I need you to wake up and tell me where to go.
I'll just have my wife text you directly.
I'll just text both of you guys
Perfect.
because I don't know anything.
All right. Just like that, our Leaf edition is over. Peter DeBoer,
Oh,
a guy that a lot of people think could be on the on-deck circle for many clubs if they choose to make a change. We'll get Peter DeBoer national next when we return to Real Kyper and Bourne. The Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee. We are live on SportsNet. SportsNet 650 in Vancouver, 960 in Calgary, and streaming always on SportsNet Plus. If you don't catch our show, don't worry. can download it. Right, JB?
Yep, we're everywhere.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. This hour of Real Kyper and Bourne brought to you by Bet365. In a few minutes, we'll welcome in Pete DeBoer, 17th winningest head coach in NHL history. Currently with Hockey Canada as they prep for what should be a very interesting announcement coming soon for the Team Canada Olympic.
Yeah, we're about a month away.
About a month away.
Which, some hockey to be played still, but I would imagine opinions are pretty crystallized. Not crystallized, but getting there.
Lots of debate, though, right?
You want to debate?
Well, someone, there seems to be a push, and we saw a very good Jacob Chychrun in Washington.
Yeah.
He beat your Toronto Maple Leafs on Friday with a booming slap shot. He's got something like a 5-game goal-scoring streak, which is, I think, maybe even a record in Washington. And when you think about it, they had like Kevin Hatcher, they had Sylvain Cote, Alaire Frady. They had some big guys that could shoot a puck.
Yeah, I think
in
you're
their
underselling what that stat was. I think it might have been like a 10-game point streak.
Yeah,
or
but it's a
something.
5-game goal
is that right?
streak,
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
I don't know. For a defenseman,
He's doing good.
He's doing really, really well. Now,
Jacob Chychrun scores in 5 straight games. Second longest streak by a Capitals defenseman in franchise history.
You're right.
can you say that again? So you've done this list for
I
sportsnet.ca,
have.
which please go and see JB's list when you can get a chance. Where was Jacob Chychrun in your conversations?
I had him in my list of 4 names that could take a spot. And I said, I think this guy is closer to the team than people think. What about his game do you not like? He's a big guy who gets points, shoots, hits. He can kind of do it all when he's on. And if you're looking for an offensive-minded guy with less downside than Evan Bouchard or even Matthew Schaefer for that matter, I think Chychrun's a very viable candidate.
Wouldn't mind having him at the top on the second power play, hammering away on the puck. He's a really good. I mean, it made me think about why Ottawa got rid of him, but he wanted to leave there.
I think it was just a money thing. I just don't think Ottawa was ready to step in and pay him north of $9 million.
When they had Sanderson,
Yes,
Shabbat.
and Shabbat.
guys making money on the left
Yeah.
side.
And
Maybe could have got a little
there was
more
a
for him in a
lot
trade.
there was a lot of talk about a lot of teams interested, but I think at that point he was still kind of like teetering on is he that good or is he not that good? Like, which one are you going to get? And of course now teams that have to contemplate giving a guy that type of money almost have to be guaranteed that they're still going to get the same player after he signs.
Mm-hmm.
Chychrun actually has gotten so much better since he's left Ottawa. At least it appears that his game has gone to a complete another level.
Yeah. You think he's a real candidate there?
Well, left-handed shots on a blue line to pound it for Team Canada is who for you? Harley,
I don't know who's
Theodore.
left and right. So
Theodore. Who am I missing?
Well, is McCarr.
McCarr's a right-handed
You
shot.
see this thing, so
Right?
Taves then.
Yeah, like to me, if McCarr can't be on that blue line, I'm thinking Chychrun with his shot.
Yes, you got McCarr, Taves, Morrissey, Theodore, Doughty, Sanheim, Parayko, Harley.
Is it Morrissey?
I don't know, but Harley has not been great this year.
He's hurt.
He's been hurt. He's
been hurt,
sick.
yeah.
If you think
Yeah.
he's fine and everyone else is healthy, I can't see Chychrun getting on ahead of any of the 8 names I just gave you. Schaefer, Montour, Bouchard, Chychrun. There's other guys.
Someone with some of that insight
Yeah.
might be joining us right now. Let's welcome in Peter DeBoer, one of the most winningest coaches in NHL history with 662, and possibly adding to that, depending on how some teams feel. Pete, how are you? Thanks for joining us.
Great, Kyper. How are you guys doing?
We're good. We're good. So how's the gig with Hockey Canada here? You're along with John Cooper, Rick Tocchet, Bruce Cassidy. You guys are like superheroes or something. Do you guys all like wear rings?
I can tell you what I don't miss. I don't miss the U.S. Thanksgiving coaches' heads getting chopped off speculation that goes on this time of year. So, you know what? I'm kind of enjoying the Hockey Canada gig. It's actually been a great learning experience for me. We got together in Tampa with Coop and Rick Tocchet last weekend. They were playing each other there for a couple days, and had a little bit of fishing on the side to kind of clear our minds before we got down to some business. And then Doug Armstrong and the management team has been really good with me about allowing me to sit in all the management team discussions. So we've got those next weekend in Florida, and we'll have a little more idea where everyone's at then. But really, I'm a fly in the wall. It's just been a fascinating process to be a part of.
Okay, so like we don't want anybody fired. We want everybody to keep their jobs forever. But as the involvement with Hockey Canada got the juices flowing again for you, if a team was to come calling, Pete, would you be ready to jump in?
I drive around with my skates in the back seat of my car.
Okay, we know the answer then.
That's what coaches do.
Yeah, you're ready to go. That's great. We appreciate you joining us today. Was looking forward to having you on to kind of pick your brain about watching the NHL this year. I know it can be a unique thing for a guy who's so typically behind the bench. How do you find, what's the experience like for you just turning the TV on and watching different games around the league?
Yeah, great question. It's totally a world I haven't been familiar with. It's the first time someone pointed out in, I believe, 26 years, that I haven't been at a training camp this year and started with a team. I haven't always ended with a team. I think I got fired Christmas with New Jersey one year. And I think it was December, January with San Jose one year. But, I've always started somewhere. So, to not have to go to training camp and go through September, October was a really different experience for me. It took a little bit of getting used to. And tell you, I've really enjoyed watching other teams. It's a different perspective because I'm watching not only from a coach's point of view, trying to stay up on latest trends and things like that, and who's playing well and what they're doing, but also with one eye on evaluation for the Olympic team. And when you're sitting in one of those head coaches' seats, you're not evaluating other teams' players. You're just dialing in on systems and team play and what you think you can expose and what you have to be careful or watch out for. So it's been an interesting process for me, and I think I'm a better coach for it.
Pete, we've seen a great push by some of these young kids. Of course, it's led by Celebrini out in San Jose, and Bedard's coming on, and we can all look at the score sheets and see great success from these guys in places where we once envisioned them, but doesn't necessarily mean that it's a gimme that they're going to end up on a team here. So what is it you kind of look for in terms of that chemistry beyond just a score sheet?
Yeah, that's a great question, and that's the puzzle that the management group has to put together, in conjunction with some coaches' opinions on what's the best team we can put together. Because, as you know, Kyper, you won a Stanley Cup. You don't have four lines of scoring forwards on a Stanley Cup team. You've got to have different roles. You've got to have who can go out and win a face-off at a critical time, who can kill a penalty, who's willing to block a shot. Who brings a physical presence and that type of element. Because what we saw at the Four Nations is it really is NHL playoff hockey. There's no room out there. It's tight checking. There's a premium on getting to interior ice at both net fronts. So all those things have to go into the bag. Having said that, some of these young kids have been spectacular and are really making these decisions are going to make these decisions really tough. Bedard had 4 points the other night. Celebrini's been a lead all year. Wyatt Johnson had a hat trick last night in Dallas. So Schaefer, every time he plays, I get a coach from another team, calling me, telling me how electric he was. So, those kids are all really pushing hard, and that's the beauty of the depth of Hockey Canada and the tough decisions we have to make.
Yeah, and if it's NHL playoff hockey, I got to believe handsome old Tom Wilson, probably a great appeal to Hockey Canada too. He, a lot of these names we mentioned haven't, weren't on the Four Nations team. How much will the Four Nations roster and success there influence the decisions that are made for the Olympics?
Well, I think you definitely have to consider it. That team, did something special over that tournament, especially when you consider how it started and that we lost to the U.S. and how they rebounded and the chemistry they developed and some of the great hockey we played in that final against the U.S. team. So, there's a lot of things you have to take from that, but you also, know that it's, it's a full year later now from when the Four Nations started. So it's a year later. A lot of things change in a year. Guys' games fall off. Other guys step up. Some guys were healthy that maybe weren't when we were considering that team. And while we're smart enough to go, hey, we won them with that group, we're also smart enough to know that, we're going to have to bring a better group to the Olympics in order to try and win again.
And lo and behold, even though some players are getting along on the tooth, I mean, it's got to be a good feeling to have a guy like Sidney Crosby still leading this group.
So impressive what he's doing, at the age he's at. And, I can't tell you how great he was at the Four Nations and his leadership. If that Four Nations team doesn't have that leadership group in that room, and when I talk about that group, it's Sid and Drew Doughty and Marchand and McKinnon and some of the veteran guys there, Binnington, that have been there before and won. If that's a young group, they're probably rattled after that game against the U.S. in Montreal with us not winning. And how do you right the ship quickly and understand that, we're just starting the tournament and the gold medal game's not till next week in Boston. And those guys did an exceptional job of just calming the waters and focusing on the important part. And that was getting to the gold medal game and then delivering.
Pete, I'm curious, because you're watching a lot of hockey right now, and you said that when you're coaching, you're typically watching for system stuff and patterns to look out for, and now you're watching personalities more. What would you say is more important in today's NHL? Like, I'm watching Tampa Bay's defense, who are not household names. They're so injured, but they keep winning because John Cooper has them playing a good system. So is it more important to have a team that plays the way you want them to play, everyone in their structure, or is it more important to have talent, to have the kind of game breakers that we think you can't really win without in this league?
Well, I don't think you can win without both those things. Yeah. Not the big prize at the end of the day, not the Stanley Cup, and not the Olympic gold medal. You need both those things. I mean, coaching and structure and adjustments can make a difference, particularly in playoffs. But they can't overcome, a severe lack of talent compared to the opponent. So I think you need both. And if that talent playing field is even, then all those other little intangibles that we're talking about on the coaching front come into play.
You're listening to Pete DeBoer, 17th winningest head coach in the NHL with 662. So, Pete, there was a pretty good discussion Saturday night on Hockey Night in Canada when it comes to who's in your lineup and who's not, who's a healthy scratch. And I think Jennifer mentioned, Botterill, that, it's important that, at times you got to stay with a guy and help motivate him a little bit. And then there's, more of an old school guy like Kevin Bieksa saying, hey, it's a business and sorry, next man up. I know from my personal experience, Pete, it's very stressful at times, not knowing whether you're going to play or not, right? But what about as a head coach? How hard is it on a head coach or stressful when you're filling out a lineup sheet?
Really tough. And I mean, you know the mental anguish that a player in one of those depth positions that shows up at the rink every morning and isn't sure if he's going to play that night goes through. And I think we all have empathy for that as coaches. A lot of coaches at whatever level we played for eventually became that guy. So we'd be crazy not to understand what he's going through. So you try and manage that the best you can. At the same time, it is a results business, and I always kind of used the measuring stick of you have to do what's best for the group to help you win tonight. What's going to help you win this game tonight? And if that means scratching, a really good player or a popular player or one of your depth guys that you love what he brings to the lineup, but isn't going to help you move that needle more than another guy tonight, then you have to make that decision. Same with starting goaltender. Who's going to help you win that game tonight? Because it is a tonight business in the NHL. We're not in the American League where we're developing players, unless you're past the trade deadline and have unloaded and are giving guys experience. For the teams that are heading down the stretch into the playoffs, it's a tonight business. And I think if you stick to that rule, you've been in those dressing rooms. I think the guys both getting scratched and the guys that are playing that night, respect the decision.
Is it still, Pete, the best card that you can play with a player, and the only one that really matters is taking away their ice time? Is there anything else that can compare it?
No, nothing else can compare it. And you know what? But there's different versions of that too. Sometimes missing a shift can send as big a message to a player as sitting him out in the stands for a night. Sometimes taking him off the power play, but continuing to play him 5-on-5 can send as big a message as sitting him out for a night. And so, I mean, there's all kinds of variations of that, but at the end of the day, that is what speaks most to the player is his ice time, and your control of that is critical in how you're managing them.
I'm curious to get your thoughts on sort of the good teams from last year who are struggling this year, and I'm sure there's individual reasons why, but Florida wins the Cup. They're third last in the Atlantic. Toronto wins the Atlantic. They're second last in the conference right now. Even Winnipeg, President's Trophy, they're well out of playoffs. Is it like an emotional come down from some of the deep playoff success that maybe it's tough to get back up and into the next season?
You know what? It's a great question. I think I've lived a little bit of both. I've gone to coached in the conference finals, I think 6 of the last 7 years.
Jeez. With
different teams. I think some of those we had a little bit of a hangover. I think it depends how you lose. Mm-hmm. Sometimes how you lose, the age of your team. Obviously, health is a huge part of it. And particularly I think in Florida and obviously in Toronto, you guys are seeing that. That's always a big part. But I don't think there's a cookie cutter answer for that. I think it's situational, and I've seen a lot of different reasons for it. The one thing is it's tough. It's tough to make up ground with the 3-point game. If you get too far behind this time of year. So, and I think there's a desperation level that everyone in those dressing rooms understands.
Just one more for me, and I just want to circle back to the Olympics again because it is coming up, and so much attention on it. But as a coaching staff, is there much thought or at least collectively talked about that we're going to the IHF and their rules and headshots, and it's much different than the NHL and Four Nations? You guys discuss that at all, or do you have to just hope and pray that the guys adapt?
Yeah, no, it's a great question, Kyper, and actually, the ice surface, it looks like it's going to be smaller than NHL rink standards by probably 4. It looks like 3 or 4 feet. I don't understand how that happened. Someone
So you just heard that? Because we have not heard any of this.
That's wild.
Oh, maybe I should have said that, but I don't.
No, we
know.
like
That's
it when
what
we
I've
get
heard.
good news here, or at least interesting news.
Anyway, it's not a. I don't believe it's a huge difference, but I believe there is a difference, and it's on the smaller, not the bigger side. And as far as the referees go, from my understanding, it's going to be half NHL referees, half IHF referees. And if you've got so many NHL players in the game, it has to be NHL refs. So I think what the bottom line of that is if Canada's playing Sweden or Canada's playing US, or one of those countries where both teams are loaded with NHL players, it's going to be NHL referee.
So you can take Wilson and Bennett, is what you're saying. How much do you, I guess, chime in on who you think you should take, given that maybe that's not your exact role with the team there?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm a fly on the wall. I've watched a ton of hockey, and Army and his group, to their credit, has included me. I went to the first meeting and thought I would just quietly sit in the background and listen, and they dragged me into it for my opinion, which was really I was really appreciative of. But at the end of the day, those guys are the guys that see all the games. They write all the reports, and what I'd love for people to see is the pride and the manpower that Canada puts in, behind the scenes. I mean, these guys, when I haven't sat in a meeting like this, but when they're planning out their schedule, all these GMs of teams, Jim Nill, Kyle Dubas, Julien Brisebois, Doug Armstrong, they've all got their own team games to play, and then they're going through their schedule, and almost every night their team isn't playing, they're going somewhere to watch a Hockey Canada or potential Hockey Canada player play somewhere else. It's incredible the commitment that these guys have put in. So I guess my plug is to the people of Canada is that there's been a ton of work and thought put into this, and that none of these decisions are easy, and I would hope that they would appreciate that.
Pete, this was awesome, man. I can't thank you enough for making time for us. We know you got a busy schedule, and by chance, if the NHL doesn't come calling, we could open up something for you every Friday at 5 p.m. Doug McLean's getting a little, stale.
He's a little long in the tooth, isn't he?
Best of luck with everything, Pete.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
All
thanks
right.
for your time.
Yeah,
We
we'll-
appreciate it.
We'll hopefully do that again real soon. That was good.
What do you got?
What do you got, Sammy? What do you got?
I have to clear my throat.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't want to disclose the amount of money I would spend to sit in that room and listen to those guys talk.
You know what? This is a silly comparison to make, but just getting to coach kids hockey for the first time in my life, like 9-year-olds, my favorite thing is like making lines and D pairs, and I love it. I did when I was with the Marlies, just getting to sit there and listen to Shanahan, Babcock. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I think I would bankrupt my family to be a part of those
Yeah,
conversations.
be like, hey, here's an uncomfortable amount. Will you do it? I'm like, yes. Just to sit there and even for DeBoer, who's 17th winningest coach, he said 6 of the last 7 years in the conference finals. Insane.
Good.
But even for him, they're he's like, they asked my opinion. It's such a huge deal.
honor to be a part of that.
17th winningest coach in NHL history is calling himself a fly on the wall.
I know, if you don't have a voice. But that's, I did think as he's talking, I'm like, Thomas Harley's going. Because if they ask him, what do you think of Harley's game? He's like,
there's not that many guys that big that can move and skate like that.
No.
So it really doesn't matter. You got to really fall off the face of the earth not to get picked.
Pete, your thoughts on Harley? Is he good enough? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Next
My God, I've
question.
seen him be exceptional so many times.
6 or 7 years in the conference final.
That's high pressure hockey. He did talk about how
many teams would, without saying that, like, we want to win the Stanley Cup, how many would just take that?
Oh, my God.
well, it's just give us a chance. Run our team in a way that gets us in the fight. And he's been deep in those series. And, he said that systems play and that sort of stuff does matter more in playoffs, right? Where you're making game-by-game adjustments. And he's
It's
a
different
pro at
world.
that.
Regular
It is a
season to
different world.
playoffs is a different
You will
brand
change
of hockey.
Your whole system, your power play units from one game to
Guys
the next.
get like locked in assignments.
Yeah.
Don't care for you to ever score. You see
That's
that guy
your
there?
guy.
That guy
Yeah.
doesn't score tonight. You're all over him, and that's your job.
Yeah. You can't play the way that you do in playoffs for 82 games. You physically cannot ask guys to do what you ask them to do in the postseason.
Yeah.
So it is different, and it can't be the same, which is a bizarre thing to say. I'm sure people are like, why don't you just do that all the time? You can't.
No, you can't.
Guys will
Over, under on when he
Pete DeBoer games.
comes
coach,
back to the NHL behind an NHL bench.
before Christmas.
I don't think so.
The only reason I think not before Christmas is because I looked at coach firings by year in November, December, way fewer than you think. It's 2 per year, roughly. So, yes, it does happen every year.
Yeah.
But it's not that many.
I just
what are
think
the candidates?
we're just too close to Christmas. There's too many teams too close.
Not Vancouver, too new.
And, Vancouver's not going to do it.
There's 2 that you could say, both Canadian teams.
Nashville's not going to do it. You don't need to go and get Pete DeBoer for Nashville.
It's 2
If
teams.
Toronto are terrible.
Edmonton. Toronto and Edmonton.
Few teams.
They one of
Very
those,
few
One of
teams.
those
That's what I mean.
teams. One of those teams would have to falter now between now and the 23rd, and then it's a gutsy call.
Maybe before Christmas was. I wasn't
It's a
saying
gutsy call
Just in
between
general.
Christmas and New Year's.
But you just
But you got to. The Leafs or Edmonton got to really sink here.
when their bad teams are trying to be bad, you can't fire the coach, right? Like Calgary's got that going on right now. They're not legitimate contenders. Vancouver hired Foote 10 seconds ago. Montgomery's done a good job in St. Louis. I think most people agree.
Yeah, it's
pretty
tough-
new there.
Yeah, tough year this year, but they were
Not
great last
Winnipeg.
year. Yeah.
Not San Jose, not Utah. Buffalo, sure.
Yeah, but is he?
No. Buffalo, sure. Toronto, depends. Florida, no. Columbus, no. New York, no. Rangers, Detroit, no.
Maybe not. Maybe I didn't mean but before Christmas, but like before the end of the year. I think maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
I think it's a contending team that goes and gets Peter DeBoer. It's not
do?
That's
Buffalo.
what I did too.
It's
really?
not Buffalo.
Agree.
It's not Nashville. Well, I shouldn't say that because Nashville, I don't know. Do they think that they really need a 2-year window to regroup, or do they think that they can turn around and win next year?
There's no contenders for what you're talking about, basically. L.A.,
No, that's not happening.
no.
So-
Vegas,
Mm.
no.
Well, no.
Oh, he's already been there, DeBoer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyways, game time.
Game time.
All right. It's game time, presented by Bet365. Visit the app for latest odds and find out why it's ever ordinary at Bet365. Must win 18 plus, Ontario only. Please play responsibly. 5 games on the ice tonight. Pittsburgh and Philly, Columbus, New Jersey, Winnipeg, Buffalo, Anaheim, St. Louis, Utah, and San Jose. Utah and San Jose and Utah and Vegas are the only 2 games that ever happen out west. So those 4 teams play each other all the time.
Yep.
Let's look at the lone Canadian team in action. Winnipeg in Buffalo. Winnipeg without Hildeby, it's been a bit of a struggle.
Yeah.
Bit of a struggle. They're going into Buffalo tonight. They are minus 105 on the money line. Buffalo Sabres minus 115. I believe Josh Norris returning to the lineup tonight for the
Really?
Buffalo Sabres. Yeah.
Love that for them.
I saw him. They were talking about him skating on the top line and skating with Tage Thompson. So
I'm
him
really
getting back into the lineup.
got my fingers crossed for this guy that
Me
whatever he's going through or gone through is just over.
Like, do you guys think if you, like, I talked about Tampa Bay's decor and all the winning they're doing despite it. Like, look at Buffalo's. Samuelson, Dahlin, Byram, Timmins, Owen Power, Jacob Bryson. That's a good decor. A good one. If they were in Tampa Bay jerseys, you'd be like, good team. This team could be okay. Norris, Benson, Thompson, Zucker, McLeod, like, they got players, guys.
And just to confirm, Josh Norris
don't.
is back in the lineup tonight. It's confirmed. So that's a good one for him. Give me a Tage Thompson goal tonight in that game. Plus 140. See his fight on the weekend. Chucking. Got in a big scrap, so that was nice to see.
Yep.
Columbus in New Jersey, plus 125 on the money line. Devils, big favorites. They're rolling still without Jack Hughes, minus 150. And later on, our Sharkies, Macklin Celebrini, plus 140 on the money line. Mammoth, 165, minus 165 favorites. Give me a Macklin Celebrini goal at plus 150. It was Game Time presented by Bet365. Visit the app for the latest odds and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 19 plus, Ontario only. Please play responsibly.
Okay, let's take a quick break. When we return, maybe a little bit deeper into the Tampa Bay Lightning. Have they got what it takes to put away this Atlantic division here?
Feels like it.
More injury front around the league. You see Cooley go down?
I saw another person suffer a weird one.
The Rangers lose their top defenseman as well. We'll get into that. All when we return to Real Kyper and Bourne. As a reminder, this hour of Real Kyper and Bourne brought to you by Bet365. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee. Just a little follow-up on our Pete DeBoer conversation. If you did not catch it live, please give it a download. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Have a listen, especially what we found extremely interesting.
Yeah, he maybe
Sammy.
broke some news to us potentially.
The rink is actually might be smaller than what we're accustomed to here in the National Hockey League.
Only diehard hockey obsessives like ourselves would find that fascinating. But if he is right and it's 3 or 4 feet smaller, it'll feel smaller.
That's a big
All
difference.
of a sudden,
The boards come up quick.
Brad Marchand went, yes.
Yes, I'm so much more relevant.
Nowhere to hide,
Yeah.
boys.
Well,
Nowhere to hide.
Tom Wilson, too. He's
Yeah.
going to, be the plow ox to just create a row behind
Some
him.
poor German guy going back on a
I
puck.
know.
He's like, oh my God.
Sandis Ozelinch is still playing for
He's like,
Latvia
please
going
let the
back.
Euro refs in that game.
Yeah, and if it's
No Wes
NHL
McCauley.
refs, NHL refs.
So we don't know if the rink will actually be ready on time, but now there's certain
They're
players.
saving time by shortening it.
There's certain, there's there's certain players that hope that all the boards don't go up.
Yeah, no kidding. Can we just play like football and just have sidelines, blow the whistle?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound fun to play Tom Wilson and Sam Bennett, small rink.
I hope Sam Bennett. I hope Tom Wilson makes it. I loved him on Friday against the Leafs.
Hey,
he
give me-
But he's a lock.
He's come so far
He's
as a
a
hockey
lock.
player.
He's a lock.
Give me your. So
I'll
you
be
guys
shocked
are a couple Ontario boys.
if they make
go ahead.
the same mistake they did at Four Nations and keep them off.
Okay.
That was a mistake.
Yep.
They won gold.
They won't.
so
They
no
won't
way.
make the same mistake twice.
Ontario hockey rinks. So there's a couple rinks growing up in BC that I played in that, small rinks, smaller than usual, weird dimensions. I think playing in Chilliwack, I don't know, for my fans, their friends out there,
Okay.
they had the boards, and then at the top of the boards, they had more boards, like an additional amount. So it was like the concussion boards. There's got to be some around here, some old rinks with some wonky
I think
dimensions.
they're all gone.
Well,
Yeah.
I forget where it was that I played. Oh, when I played in a tournament, the weird one was I played at an M&R tournament with my dad in Pembroke, where Sheldon Keefe was the head coach
Yeah, yeah.
forever with the Lumber Kings. I think it's Lumber Kings, is that
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
And the benches were on the opposite sides of the ice.
Yeah. Which,
so
what's wrong with that?
It's a completely different sport.
Yeah.
Like, because you're looking across the ice at them and you're seeing where they're changing. There's no real advantage either way in the period. Like, it's the
Doesn't
same
that make
spot.
more sense?
Way more sense. But it's very different. There's lots of quirks. I mean, you've probably played it once. It's like chicken wire instead of glass.
Yeah.
I mean, the Allenford Arena near me had like just a tractor forever as a Zamboni. Like, there's lots of little quirks. That's what makes Rinks great.
Just before we went to break, I mentioned Tampa Bay Lightning, and all of a sudden, like
7 in a row.
7 in a row, and we mentioned like they're doing this without Hedman, Ryan McDonough, and Chernak on the blue line.
Yeah, they're
that is
decor.
half. Like, name me some guys so people can recognize them.
So there's 60 right now are Moser, Radish, Dastus, Lilleberg, Carlisle, Santini. Yep, which is name some guys for sure. Credit to the coaching staff, the Syracuse Crunch, getting their boys ready to go for the NHL level.
Honestly.
Come on up, and they're looking pretty good. So 7 straight wins for them, and they are separating themselves the way Colorado is a little bit in the west or in the east.
But they're also doing it with Braden Point having an off year.
Yeah.
Like, he's got, what does he have, 3 goals?
Is it that
I
low?
think he's out now. Is he? He's not healthy, but that is someone who I believe was named to the Team Canada
Already
as well,
named,
right?
yeah.
Already
He's 11
named.
points in 21 games, 3 goals.
3 goals in 21 games and minus 11.
Mm-hmm.
And his 3 years before that were 42, 46, 51.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is really strange. Yee. Well,
I mean,
he might be watching some hockey games for Canada if he's not got his game put together. He's
They
going.
love him. He
Who
played.
doesn't?
He played big minutes for them at the Four Nations. He was a
is
go-to
one of my
guy
favorites in the league.
for sure.
if Sorelli was on the bubble, this run by Tampa Bay kind of solidifies him too, does it not?
17 points in 21 games, shutdown center, PK, plus 16. He's Mr. Everything,
Plus
Mr. End of game,
16.
His coach
he's
is the coach.
Coach is Binky.
Yeah.
He's his little security blanket.
Yeah. So I'm really happy that John Cooper. I've had a
You're happy for Coop?
I've had a tortured relationship with John Cooper, I would say, over the years.
You respect him and you
Just
fear him.
Jealousy, just sheer jealousy.
Right.
I like him more than I like Maurice. I'll say that.
Oh my God.
But
Speaking of
Yeah, I
jealousy,
know, but you're talking about coaches that personally pull on your heartstrings.
yeah,
they harm you.
I just think that John Cooper should be the coach of the year.
Yeah.
He's never won it.
He's never won.
They're going to be
to
good.
Jack Adams.
They're going to be good enough this year where they're going to be in a playoff spot, and he's doing this with this decor where Darren Radish and Mosier, is it? That's their top pair.
How does
Yep.
Radish now become like
I actually love Radish.
really
He's a
good?
really good player.
And
He's a really good player.
he can shoot the puck.
Undrafted. Erie Otters, shout out. But
One of my, one of the concerns was when looking at making Team Canada was Brandon Hagel playing himself onto the bubble a little
Yep.
bit early in the year. Here's his last 6 games: 2-2 for 4, 2-1 for 3, 1-1 for 2, 1-0, 2-0. So he has checking 8 goals in 5 games now. He's playing.
He's so good.
He's
Dog.
so just
He's
an
so
absolute
good.
dog. +3, +3, +2, +1, +3. in his
one
last
of
5
the
games.
not to do Leafs in the national hour, but one of the more fascinating what ifs in Leafs history.
That he was almost a Leaf.
Right? Nyes and 2 first-round picks plus him. It was him and Fleury. Nyes 2 first-round picks. That was like the reported deal.
First, was it?
Yeah.
It's not a game changer though.
What?
Honestly, if you take Nyes out and you put him in, how much better are the Leafs?
I don't know.
I think for that at that
I mean,
time,
Nyes has got the points.
The-
So
but at that time it was a lot about salary retention
Yeah.
too, and
yeah, to your point, if it would have happened then, I'm talking about what the
Yeah.
Leafs would look like today.
today they're
But
not better.
they could
Not
have
much
beaten
better.
Florida
They're
with
better.
Hagel.
Can I ask you a question? Chicago couldn't use Hagel?
Yeah, that one bugs me because
Like-
there's a lot of people like he doesn't fit with our timeline. It's like, how about just keep great players?
Yeah, like you're not going to suck for 10 years. How old is he?
28,
Yeah, it's still pretty good.
27.
Yeah, like that was so dumb.
That's so dumb.
But I guess they got 2 first, and maybe they thought they were. Anyways, I thought that was stupid.
So the Rangers lost Adam Fox on the weekend.
Ouchie.
Who hit him? I think it was he took a hit on the corner. Was it Rangers in Tampa by chance?
Not sure.
Okay, look at the results. Why am I thinking of Hagel as we speak?
Oh, you thought it might have been him?
Anyways, the Rangers have everybody
They
believes
played the Rangers, yeah.
Yeah, it was Hagel. And it was one of those Tom Wilson hits where, like, it's just, I'm going to crunch you like an accordion.
Yeah.
Everybody believes that it's 4 to 6 weeks, but the Rangers have gone with week to week.
Oh, helpful.
no!
Helpful.
No.
Why are
Yes.
they doing that?
Yes.
No.
The old dreaded week to week.
Oh,
I'll never
LTIR.
understand what they're doing.
People say very slim chance we'll see him before Christmas.
But by all accounts, he is still good for Olympics, from what I've seen, that he's supposed to be okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think when are we talking? February?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Plenty of time.
Interesting news around the league. Carter Hart set to play some hockey. Cal Foote has been signed to play in the American Hockey League.
Where?
Chicago.
Yep.
Chicago Wolves.
All right.
Yep.
So clearly, I think that market's not overly worried. It's a big city.
Yeah.
Even though it's minor league hockey, it's not NHL.
Mhm.
They
But
clearly.
They're not signing him with the intention of him playing for the Wolves, I don't think, though. Right? Like, he's probably going to start there, and then if he's good there, I would imagine that he'd probably go to the NHL.
Well, wouldn't it make sense if he's in Chicago there already that Chicago would take him?
Who I'm just looking up who Chicago's.
That's Chicago Wolves. Isn't it
the
Carolina.
Blackhawks.
Oh, I thought Chicago was.
Chicago Wolves are affiliated with Carolina.
I thought there was Chicago with Chicago.
You would think.
Would
Maybe
it
I'm
be-
wrong.
would
Sorry, my bad.
if it's independent though, like it's I don't know how it works. If you sign him to an AHL deal,
Yeah.
is it under the impression that Carolina would have access to him, or would he still be free?
An
to
AHL
sign?
only contract, he could go play anywhere.
So wouldn't it make sense if the city of Chicago kind of embraces him a little bit, then he just stays there to go to the NHL?
I guess that is one of the potential outcomes. That would be interesting.
Yeah, it's Rockford is Chicago's AHL. So it's like, I thought forever that they were. That doesn't make any sense.
Nope, sure doesn't.
But I think the more newsworthy one is the fact that Carter Hart now, who's been playing for the, was it the Silver Knights?
Yep.
Is set to play, apparently, according
Tuesday.
to multiple reports, Tuesday night.
December 1st has
Yeah.
passed, so these guys
Yeah.
are eligible to play after the Hockey
Well, I tell
Canada.
you what, I saw a couple
stuff.
goals go in on
You're not picking that up.
Vegas short side that might be screaming for a little bit of attention
Yeah,
in that.
it'd be curious to see how he's able to. Certainly something we're going to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I don't know what the response is going to be to that, but we'll see. Vegas is, sneaky, not great so far this year.
Yeah, what's going on there? Leafs, you got answers?
They had the same amount of wins as the Leafs, so
You
that'll
know
tell
what,
something.
too? I think like people expected Mitch Marner to go in there and set the house on fire. That's not
Hasn't.
happening right
Actually,
now.
Had an unbelievable goal the other night.
Yeah,
to
he
wrap
did.
around. Yeah.
I got to think, too, the way he was used in Toronto and the way he's being used in Vegas is probably night and day to him.
Mm-hmm.
Like in
And-
terms of what?
Well, I just think that.
What's his ice time?
Well, I don't
20
know.
minutes
I
and
don't even
20
know
seconds.
if it's the ice time per se. Then it's just at times when he's used to being on the ice on every important defensive zone or last minute. It just seems like Cassidy is way more comfortable going through four lines
Mm-hmm.
than at times we saw the Leafs shorten the bench with the use of Mitch Marner. I think it's just it's an adjustment for him.
Yeah, I really was curious to see how it would work, with a different team, with a different coach, in a different, environment. And
Like he's on pace to score 80 points, but I think people wanted,
Yeah.
100.
well, and I think he had 102 last year, and I think the goal pace too. He's on pace for 16 goals.
He'll end up with 90 somehow, for
Yeah.
sure, minimal 90.
Yeah, and tough to complain about what you're getting, but I know Vegas fans are
Yeah, I would say it's
starting to be more vocal.
There's a bit of a turn.
Stone is back too, which we know he's a top offensive type of guy, so that adds to Cassidy's
Stable. What are the odds of Mark Stone being available in February for the Olympics?
I don't know how they keep him off. He's so good.
So good.
I would keep him off.
Just don't.
There's
Injury reasons.
awesome players who are super fast, having great seasons ahead of him.
Mm-hmm.
He was good.
Yeah, it might be a case where he has to play well here.
And I thought, he did have some moments at the Four Nations, but there were times where I was like, oh boy, he's looking a little
the pace.
behind the pace here for me. But he make it in.
St. Louis hit hard too.
Yeah. So they had the bizarre one where Toropchenko kneed Cooley.
Yes.
And then a week later, he had a bizarre household incident, burns on his legs, which seems like something the Mafia did in as redemption for what he did to Cooley or something.
Weird.
But crazy how, I don't know exactly the details, but he's week to week with burns. So that's Jack Hughes. That's
I
Toropchenko.
have no idea.
And the Florida guy, Lusterinen.
Barbecue. Bizarre.
Cooking bacon in
To
shorts.
me, it happened
Like-
Thanksgiving.
I
Deep
have
fried
no idea.
turkey. Seen people deep fry turkeys? It's like
Deep-fried
cooking a
turkey.
bomb. Can't do it, man.
Oh my
It's
God.
not safe.
No comment.
Just order.
What?
Order in. No, we have no idea. We have no idea. They're not.
Cooking a ball.
They're not saying anything though, right?
Here's the take. Deep fried turkey, not worth the hassle.
No, not worth that.
Like, have you had deep fried turkey before?
I saw Joe Bowen doing it on
wow.
Instagram.
And he lived.
Yes.
Have you seen the fail videos?
Holy mackinaw, that bird is perfect.
Does make a nice moist turkey, but
I just, put it in the oven, cheesecloth, butter, and wine, baby. That's fine. Well, why do you need to stick it in a boiling? We don't know if that's what happened, but
When are you coming out with your cookbook?
whatever.
cheesecloth.
You know who it would be? 5 things with Sam McKee that he has every week.
Yeah.
You like sausages and rice? I got that down.
You can
What
make
else
a
you got
hell
on
of a
our
marginal
list?
salad.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, can we get off this?
Sorry.
Starting to get hungry. That's
Kyle
the problem.
Palmieri is what I want to talk about.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
The assist of the decade.
Yeah.
The year.
Torn ACL, limping to the bench, worried about, we got it. Look at he's coming off the ice. He just got hit. He's against the end boards. He's torn his ACL here, folks. I don't know if for those not watching at home. He needs help to get to the bench. He's going to try to hobble his way there. Philly D-man backpedaling, doesn't know he's behind him. Still lifts the stick, backhand
Sauce.
dish, gets the second assist.
And that, and
he won't play again till
6 to
April.
8, I think it's 6 to 8 months.
Yeah.
It did remind me of a baseball play with Buck Martinez where he had a broken leg and he just sat
Double play.
at home plate and someone threw him a bomb and he tagged a guy out with a broken leg.
God,
awesome.
that injury
This is
so
good.
bad.
This is good, but I'll give Buck the edge.
Yeah. Paul Mary to have the presence of mind, be like,
this is Buck Martinez worthy.
Buddy, that backhand sauce with the torn ACL is unbelievable.
I changed my mind. It's tied with Buck Martinez.
the boys love that.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I like Paul
really
Mary.
good.
He's had a good career.
He
Paul
has
Mary.
a great career.
Yep.
Islanders. This stings the Islanders.
It does. And who's the other guy? They had another injury. Anyway, they're hurting too. Injuries, man. A lot of them right now. Concerning amount.
Teams are playing a ton of games. To Kipper's point, to feed the beast over there, they're playing a ton of games. And
Including the Ted Reeve Tornadoes who play tonight.
Quick shout out. My brother-in-law, his 50th birthday today. Anthony. Shout out. Happy
Anthony.
birthday, Anthony. Had a wonderful dinner last night in honor of him. So it was nice. So
Great.
happy birthday, Anthony.
You guys
50th.
get the tree up this weekend? Is that
No,
lights, anything yet?
I put up a little string out front, but I don't know. The tree thing is, I don't know. I'm gone for the whole holiday season. I'm on a magical mystery tour all across Ontario. So it's like I don't really get to enjoy it at the time I'm supposed to.
All right.
We'll see.
All right. And I did mention Toronto, Canada ball hockey. It's George, the legend, Gortzos.
Gortzos.
All right.
Ball hockey's no joke, man. That's a different sport.
I miss my calling. I love ball hockey.
Our thanks to Pete DeBoer.
Woohoo!
We're just getting started here all week. You know where to find us. 4 to
Valley back
6
tomorrow.
Tornadoes.
Eastern, Tuesday with Steve Valaket. Have a great night, everybody.